Yo, what up, man? Oh shit,
I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
man. Before we start, man, I was looking at I was looking at this profile. Nigga, I want you to see this shit. Um, it was like, nigga, what? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
okay. Yeah, nigga, look. I was like, oh, she cute. Then I was like, what the fuck? I just sent it to you.
Oh, she can.
See the
She's like
bullshit
that,
that
like
niggas
that.
be.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, she's straight. And I was like, what the fuck? I was sitting up there like she just, I don't know, ate a marshmallow pie or something and shit.
Yeah, she's that's not a flattering picture of her. She needs to.
I probably got maybe an extra 2 or 3 more pounds, maybe 5 at the most. I'm like, God damn, like that is a whole. That is a she should have 2 profiles for herself.
Man, because that's a straight up difference. Like,
Yeah.
like the but
Ah,
women know those angles. You know what
I
I'm
want to
saying?
talk.
Like that.
I want that's
I
something I
can't
want to
even say
talk about.
women.
I'm glad you said that, bitches. No, I got. I glad I got some. No, I got a topic. Um, uh, makeup, AI, and because okay, I give a little bit like a little context.
The mic don't sound like it's on directly. Is that?
Can you hear me? Is it
Yep, that's a lot better.
okay? Cool. Now, so because they say men are superficial and stuff, and we don't. I don't. I tell people. I tell women all the time. It's like when y'all doing all of the eyelash. I gotta close this door. I said when y'all doing the eyelashes and all that stuff, y'all ain't doing that for us. Y'all doing that for y'all friends and stuff like that. Like we don't care about that shit. And at one time I was like, let me look at your like, oh, she got them eyelashes. Like, oh nigga. All right.
Yeah, that's something they think is cute. I don't like that.
I don't like it one bit.
Stuff it up. It was a competition for them to get longer and longer, and they keep saying they wearing it for them, and I'm saying that like it's you don't have to think it's cute, but
get BBLs, all that. I mean, it goes to a bunch of shit. And like I
all
said,
that shit that look like drag queens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, we ain't asked. I mean, we'll get to it, but we got to be more conscious of how we say it. When we recording, but this ain't. I'm gonna edit this part, but I'm just telling you my true feelings on that bullshit. Because I'm like, nigga, you ain't getting no BBL because of me. I ain't never said like, nigga, I fuck a flat ass, like I fuck a thick ass. Like it don't matter, shit. Like once I then took off, I'm like, oh shit, the ass different, but okay, it ain't like my mind changes. So you ready?
yeah, well,
Cool. Dude, I might be straight for 9:30. He and let me. Oh fuck, no, I got a 9:30. He just
yeah, that's
I
cool.
got my things
We'll
messed.
get it in tight.
Okay, cool. All right, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Cool. All right, y'all. Welcome to the Reality or Not podcast with your boy DJ Reality, aka Sean, and your boy Brian Clancy from Nothing New Under the Sun. What's good with you, Brian?
Hey, you know what it is. I'm blessed in the personal life God gave me. What about yourself, sir?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I did have a slight migraine last night, but other than that, I got good energy. It ain't no residue from it. It's just here or there. I feel good this morning, so I just want to make sure that we can get a conversation going because I like talking to you, brother. So
I like talking to you too. And then I'm gonna jump right on in there. I need to clear up some stuff because I got a little jumped on about a short that you posted.
Okay.
Look, people.
Man, fuck him.
Hey, it's cool. Like it's cool. I'm a big boy. I can take whatever. Like and yeah, I feel like people be acting like I'm I didn't have somebody tell me that I'll be acting like I'm the victim. I be trying to clarify stuff to people that don't need clarification to. I guess that's my problem. But
let me, before you go into it, you can be the victim. Like that's the thing. That's the thing. Like everybody, people see you differently, so they don't see that you can be a victim because you're positive. You do dope things. So when you feel like you can be, I'm not saying that you are, but I'm saying when you can feel like you're being punched down on or you're impacted, it's okay. And a lot of people automatically feel like, oh, well, no, he's like this, so he can't be a victim. It's like, no, we can all be victims in this life. It's just how we take it. We could be a victim at work. We could be a victim in our relationships. We could be a victim, going to the grocery store. We could be a victim anywhere, just based off of how people treat us. But my bad. Go ahead and jump into it.
Yeah, because I never thought about that. Like, I guess I keep thinking about people that play the victim all the time. You know what I'm saying? And like, I ain't never been one to play the victim. But like I said, sometimes I try to justify stuff that don't even matter in the first place. So I'm working on that. Yeah, y'all pray for me.
Nah, nigga, but, say what the fuck you want. Like, the thing is, like, people feel like when you, and this is like kind of, to therapy and stuff like that. When you, it's therapeutic for you to express how you feel, and a lot of people don't like to hear, or people just don't like to hear other people's feelings when it don't match up to how they feel about it. So they're like, well, why is he talking about this? Da, 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 da. And I feel like that's pure bullshit. Like, we are welcome to have our own voice, right? And to say that I'm a victim, I'm being a victim. It's like, okay, well, shoot, if I'm being a victim, that's fine. Like, so how are you helping me to fix it? A lot of people don't like to fix shit, right? Like, a lot of people just don't want to call out shit, but they don't want to fix shit. And then they be like, well, if I'm telling you my pain. I am a victim. And you're telling me, oh, you just want to be a victim. It's like, no, it's like you get into the whole, rape and all of those things, and it gets a little deeper as far as it's like the level of victim that you can be.
Yeah, and I hear you. Like, but we live in a world where fuck my feelings. Like, that it's always facts over feelings. And like I tell people all the time, my feelings don't matter to nobody but me at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can be like, oh, that's a bad way to look at it. But look, when it's your feelings, my feelings, your feelings always gonna win. And that's cool. But to me, like, I just all that other stuff, like I at the end of the day, I know my feelings don't matter to people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I say that, people be like, "Your feelings matter to me," but I'll be like, "Hey, I got examples where it don't." You know what I'm saying?
No, look, it just don't. It's just natural. Like, they can care. It's okay for caring.
Yeah.
But when you go home, when you go see your family, whenever you're doing things, like, you're not on other people's mind. You may, not all the time, people may think about you from time to time, but I call bullshit on if you're doing something and somebody's like, oh man, Brian posted that thing earlier. Let me reach out to him. Let me see how he's doing. Let me, see, has he gotten past that? Let me check in with him on a week and let me see what everybody don't do that. And I'm not expecting it either, but I'm just saying, like, people feel like they need to justify, it's like family. And that was one thing I wanted to talk about too. I mean, we ain't got to jump to it right now, but it's like, yes, I care about family, but the family dynamic is different, or the friendships are different. Like, we're not in the same space no more. Like, me and you waking up, I don't know, at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock on a Saturday, like, hey, let's go ride bikes. So, hey, let's play Castlevania type of shit. It's like, I could walk across the alley and be like, yo, like, what are we doing? You could be like, hey, what you do? But that's just not what it is anymore. Like life has changed, within that dynamic, whether it's family, whether it's friends, etc., that we don't have the capacity, I want to say the capacity to care as much, but we're just not within the proximity as much to be like, well, that person, I see this person on a regular basis, so I'm gonna care about them more. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you start to get a little older, you start to focus more on family and stuff like that. And of course you still care, but that doesn't take away from, even though there's separation, that doesn't mean that you don't, like, I don't be like, hey, I wonder how Brian's doing it, whatever. But you care less about, like, if you're dealing with whatever, I care just because we have a relationship, but I can't be like, let me worry about Brian on a 100%, 75%, 50% basis. I could be like, well, let me, 5%, even, less than, and it's nothing against you, anything like that, but we all got lives to live. You don't really care. You're probably caring more about your next lunch than you caring about my post that I did 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago or an hour ago, etc. You're like, well, shit, what am I going to cook for dinner? You know what I'm saying? That could be on your mind for an hour, you know what I'm saying? A half an hour to try to figure that shit out versus like, man, what was Brian really talking about? Let me delve a little bit deeper and figure out, like, because I know that he feels that he's a victim, and then you're saying I'm not a victim. Where's this dialogue coming from? So the small amount of time that you're carrying, it doesn't matter to me because I know you don't care. So
it's sickening, right? Yeah, it's sickening, right? It's this total thing, but like, it's you have to check up on your people at times, but you can't be consumed with it at other times. So like, but I'm gonna get back to what I wanted to say. Look, just because I am not one that goes through that looks at mental health as this great science or this thing that saves people, that get your feelings out there, don't mean that people shouldn't go and get the help that you need. Do whatever you need to do to get. Don't worry about how Brian feel about mental health and mental health treatment. That's irrelevant. All right, go get the help that you need, because we ain't going through the same. My life experience is different than yours, so we're not going through the same stuff, and I deal with my stuff differently. Maybe I got coping mechanisms that I don't need the help that you do, but all I'm saying is it's an individual base. I'm not saying for everybody to, and I can't speak for men. I can't even speak for all Black men. I'm just saying, for me, it's not something that is not something that I get support, that I support, or I go out on a limb to go do. My mental health, my mental awareness is my mental health. Yeah. So my bag for telling people that mental health ain't important. I didn't say that, but people be putting stuff. What was the post? Putting stuff in your mouth that you didn't necessarily say.
What was the short? I can't. What was the what did you say during the short?
A Black man is not afforded mental health.
Hey man,
and I said I just don't.
you have to preface those things, and I say that as in, like, and we've talked about this before. You can't say all, you can't say none, because that gives people. I'm not saying that you're not right, because I don't think that we are, but because the problem with that is, the problem when you're having conversations about these types of things is when you say that, people are going to find exceptions to the rule, and they're going to say, well, I've seen it happen. This blah 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 blah. So when you say some, I've seen, or just when you open it up, I hate it because you open it up to ambiguity. But when you make it absolute, people are going to find fault in what you're saying. They'll be like, well, no, I know my cousin has dealt with mental health issues as a man, or my husband has dealt with mental issues as a man. Like so when you make it absolute, a lot of people will try to find fault in what you're saying. And honestly, it's a conversation that you don't even care to have, You just said what you had to say, and you just moved on from it.
I never said. You said so. If you saying black man can't, I said yeah. To me, that's my understanding because I just like you. And then you said something. You dropped a jewel in there. You was like, "Yo, I went to therapy," and I was like, "Oh shoot." I didn't even get to ask him because I think it's a stigma associated with you going to therapy. And then how does that how when somebody, especially when I'm gonna just say it, especially when a black man goes to a therapist and they like,
something wrong with him.
Something got to be wrong with them.
Yeah, and it's stupid. It's like women. Some women are afforded the pleasures of doing, or the pleasures. They are afforded the opportunities to be able to go to a therapist, and it's okay. But I'm saying, if I say, hey, I've been to therapy, it's like, what was wrong? Were you were you about to die? Were you on suicide watch and stuff? I was like, no, I was just having someone to talk to, outside of, I don't have anyone in my house or anything like that, but outside of your relationship or outside of friendships, etc., and being able to clear things out and try to figure out, just figure out life in general. And I'll say this: I think therapy can be important to some. It's not required for others. It's not required for all people. Certain things can be therapeutic. I've learned that cooking is very therapeutic for me. I've learned that working out is very therapeutic for me. I learned that me doing Lego sets is very therapeutic for me. So if you look at, posting memes is therapeutic for me. So if you look at what I've done past 5-10 years, building Lego sets, working out, cooking, and what as I said, and posting memes. Podcast. Podcast is definitely the therapeutic side of it, because now we're saying things that we feel, not to say that it's bottled up, but I feel like the things that we're saying, it's not isolated to us. I feel like there are people that can identify and listen. And like I said, it doesn't have to be thousands of listeners. And I would say if we ever get to that point, that'd be great. But I do this if there's 5 listeners, just because I woke, when we were talking, when you had pinged me this morning, I was like, oh, I had this migraine, head was hurting. But I was like, no, I want to do this because I like the conversations. I like this part of it, just so I'm like, okay, not just to throw a podcast or post it, whatever, but I just like to have the conversations that we continue from before, or that we can continue later, for my mental capacity. And like I said, everybody's not open to doing a podcast. So those frustrated people need somebody to talk to. And sometimes I'm not your therapist. Don't talk to, you can drop information to me and I'll listen, but I can't solve your problems, because you are the one that has to solve your problem. Now, if it's something that you'd be like, hey, look, I'm dealing with this, I don't know, financially, I'm dealing with this, cool. But I can't solve your emotional problems. Because that has to be something that you have to, I can be, I don't want to say a catalyst, but I can be a part of the problem, where I can work on something that, that's impacting you as far as your emotions. But until you can get past that emotional side, is on you. I can't control how you feel emotionally. If somebody say, I don't know, if somebody says, hey, I can't trust you anymore, fuck, what could I do? I can't, there's nothing I can do to convince you to trust me unless you want to trust me. Or if you say, hey, I don't believe, I don't believe this will work. All right, well, because in my head, the way my brain works is, I'm not coming to somebody until, not to say that it's the end, because I'll say the problems, I'll say the things, and I'll voice those things. But if I'm telling you, if I come to you as an example, say this ain't gonna work, I done mentally checked out. I've done all of the things, but sometimes with other people, they want to see, some people want to see I won't say conviction, but they want to see things on why they want you to convince them on why it will. I'm like, I'm not here to convince you unless you. I can't do that part. Like you know what you want to do, and I'm not going to be the coin flip to decide if you want to do it or not. You either want to fix it or you don't. And if you don't want to fix it, I'm okay with it. Like the whole idea of agreeing to disagree. That's cool.
So Sean, the other part of that is like, and I just had a conversation about this last night, so it's fresh in my head. The whole part about if I am a firm believer, if you don't want me around, then don't talk to me. Like I'll remove if I'm the problem, I'll remove the problem. Right? Like that's no problem for anybody in this world, right? If the problem is me, I can remove that easy because I got other stuff to do. And if you know that, then you say something like, well, like if you say something to the fact that you don't want me around, like, hey, I don't know if this is going to work.
Oh, when you go that hard? Oh, no. I'm out. Unless you're to the point. I mean, because the problem that, and I think I don't think we think the same way, but I think we think the same way. I think we think like not like men, but we think as in we talked about this last podcast. We're problem solvers, right? What's the problem? How do we fix it? We go from there. If you're telling me that I'm 100% of the problem, then take me out of the equation. So if you want me in the equation, then now, okay, don't like if you me and you have conversations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And within those conversations, if you ever say something that's like, I want to say negative, but if you say something like, man, that's why I don't fuck with you in the first place. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, if that's the case, then we keep it like separate, keep it moving. That's why I never like I don't argue with people. I don't because I feel like I can say hurtful things, and most of the time I want to say I don't mean them, but like I try to be careful of how I am with people's feelings, because when people say certain things towards me, I take them as absolute. If you say like what I just said before, I don't fuck with you, I'm like, oh, that's an easy take me out the equation. That ain't. I'm not trying to figure out how to be in the equation on somebody that says that they don't fuck with me.
So there's trigger words that automatically puts me in that mode. And now there's nothing else you can say to me to say, hey, that's how you felt. And now you can't take it back because you didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? So like, hey, I'm out. Like if I'm the problem, if I'm 50% of the problem and it's bothering in your life, hey, that's cool. Because I ain't gonna say friendships take work, but like when you out here trying to help people, or you out here being a help, or when most of your friends are people that basically I ain't gonna say it's taken from you, but basically like you got energy, right? Mm-hmm. And if most of your friends taking that energy and not replenishing it, or they feel like it's not enough, then I'm cut. Like
look, I don't have it. So
I heard Evelyn come out of you with that. She's like, "Oh, I'm gone," like because that's what that's just in the nature. Like because I've heard her say, "Oh, you what myself? Okay."
see now I'll say this. The problem I would say the difference between me and my mom is my mom won't say it. She'll just cut you off, and you won't know that you're cut off. I will say directly, oh well shit, fuck it, then we good. We good. Like I ain't gotta talk to you. Like I'm okay with like my mama. Did I ever tell you the story about Aunt Sank and Lynn and mom?
I briefly remember something that happened where she
Okay, so I'll give a little context. So, this is when we had got a chance to see each other when me and you over their house when Aunt Sank was dealing with cancer, and Lynn was, I want to say Lynn was headed down that path, but anyway, I would every time I would come home, and because when I found out Aunt Sank was diagnosed with cancer, I was like, well, let me try to be, because I was working from home and wasn't that bad, and I can, this is within COVID too, so it made it a little bit easier for me. I was like, I can drive. Like my mentality was I can drive home, be there for a week, then drive back, and I was coming home maybe like once a month or something like that. But all the men said, every time I would say, hey, let's go over Aunt Sank house, because I was going over there like damn near like 2-3 times a week. It got to a point Lynn was like, you don't need to you don't need to come over.
Just come on in.
Yeah. And so all that being said, it was like every time I would tell my mom, I'm like, hey, let's go over and so he was like, oh, I'm tired, blah blah blah, I don't feel like blah blah blah. So then I was talking to Tammy about this, and she was like, well, it's kind of like, it might have been Tina. I know we was all on three-way, but we was talking. He's like, well, it's a little bit of history around why mom don't go over Aunt Sank house. And I was like, well, like what, I didn't know, because like I said, I was going over there damn near every time I was going to see Aunt Sank because she was dealing, but every time I would come, it would be an excuse on why she couldn't go. And she's like, well, yeah, it was Tammy. And the whole situation was that Aunt Sank she was making some greens for someone. I didn't get the full like who it was for and all that stuff, but it don't really matter because don't nobody care. But she was making some greens for somebody, and my mom was over there, and my mom asked her to make her some. She's like, well, I have some frozen in the freezer, so I can give you those, because I'm not about to go and buy, no whole, another thing of greens and wash them and all that stuff and da da da. Yeah. So apparently that's what my mom got mad about, and she would never go back over there. And like I said, I've tried to talk to my mom about it, because I'm of the, why was you mad about some greens? Like what and
get the greens out the freezer. I don't like the greens out the freezer.
Yeah, and that's what it was. And I'm like, oh, okay. But what I'm saying is, I don't hold a grudge to that point. Like, I'm just like, well, I want you to tell me no, and then I could be mad. Like if I'm like, hey, well, if I go and pick them up, if I wash them, would you cook them for me? That's the type of person I'm always
that's because you care and you want to make a solution. Like, I don't necessarily think that the old school want to make a solution. They want something. I ain't gonna say they want something to be mad about, but people seem like it was it's always things. But then the other part of that is that, and this is what I didn't know. So like, I had named the coffee shop after my grandmother's, right? And so it was gonna be B's Donut and Coffee Shop, right? Mm-hmm. So I get it from the grapevine. My sister, actually, my baby sister, told me, she was like, hey, mama kind of mad at you, right? She was like, she gave you that building and you gonna name it after you ain't even gonna put her. I was like, wait, what buildings did she give? Because I paid a lot of money for a building that wasn't worth it, but I digress. But I was like, yo, so.
Hold on a second. Okay, reel this back. Because like I said, I don't know everything, right? Yeah. I know what I know and what was told to me. So let me ask this question: where was you just said it, so I just want clarity. And like I said, we don't, because I don't want Aunt Jackie mad at me. But
hey, they can't tap you for everything. So,
but I'm just curious on how was it given to you?
It was not in any way, but it was not given to me in any way. Like it started.
Was it because she gave you life? But was it because she gave you life and gave you the opportunity to go and buy the building?
yeah. At a premium. This is a premium. I'm talking multiple X's time, but she bought it for. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So a premium. So like that's why I was like, yo, wait, I know but I can't let my feelings get in the way of the stuff, right? I was like, yo, so like my grandmother, both my grandmother's name was Beatrice, right? So that's an easy win for me. And they had in my life. So now JBS is because it's my mother and my and then so like those are the people that had. So I put her on there, and now I guess she happier. But it is amazing how the that's my son type thing. And I'm not saying that ain't Evelyn. You ain't Evelyn baby, right? And so some of that is that when I talked to her the other night, she was like, well, that's my boy, and then like he working now, so he working good. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm like, she is protective over you, and she always want to be the number one in your life, which I think is one of the reasons why marriage like get a little tricky around us, because when we start putting somebody up on that level where they in between us and our mom, it might be a problem.
No, bro. Listen, my mom, like I said, I don't want this to be the mom story, but like my mom, even when I was going over ain't saying, and I don't want to tell Tina's story because Tina was very close with Lynn, and then it's all like I would go and visit, like not even just ain't saying in general, but like I would say Lynn, like Tina would go and visit Lynn. It's like, well, the conversation was, why are you going to go see Lynn? You came here to see me, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, Ma, we got other family. Like we got other people that we got. Like I'm not coming to. Don't get me wrong. I try. Like sometimes the difficult part with older folks in general. Like say for instance, like because I think there's. I want to say disparity, but I would say there's levels or there's tiers to family, right? So I'll say like you have your Aunt Sanks, your Aunt Rosie's, your Aunt Birch, your Aunt Merch, your grandmas and stuff like that, right? And then there's the kids. So, but I feel like the kids have taken on like Uncle Joey, Uncle Charles, Aunt Alice, like. Not all of them, because Aunt Alice is the youngest daughter, but then you have Uncle Mark. I feel like they've taken on traits from the older folks that we're not used to. So, and I'll say that as in, my mom just wants you to sit there and not do nothing while the television is on. Whereas my mentality is, let's go do something. Let's go grab food, or I don't want to just sit in the house for 5 days straight and then drive back to Atlanta. Like I'm like, well, as I mentioned, for the family dynamic has changed where I'm not in the same space or capacity to be able to see family on a regular basis. So those are my opportunities to go and see Aunt Bert or to go and see Aunt Alice or to go like or see like those are my opportunities. So it's almost like I want to say an entitlement thing, but it gets to the point where it's like, well, you came here to see me. I was like, no, I came to see you and I came to see the rest of the family because you have kind of separated yourself from just kind of isolating yourself to be alone, where I'm trying to get away from that isolation because I'm automatically alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one Aunt Paulette's down here and our cousin Larry is down here, but I don't have the capacity like you are in a town.
Too, right?
Huh?
Greg's still down there too, right?
No, he in California. Oh, Tina actually just Tina was there for her birthday last week. He took them out, whatever. But I want to say what's her name? I can't think of it right now, but I think of him in a second. But Greg's daughter, I think she moved back. Fuck, I can't remember my cousin's name, but it starts with an A. But anyway, she was down here, but she was back and forth, and I don't know. And I tried to connect with her when she moved back down here, and like I said, I reached out once or twice, and then after that, I'm like, all right, I'm doing the most, and I just keep it moving. But all that being said, you're in a space. I'm saying my mom, she's in a space where she still has some family members that she can still go and visit, where I don't even have the capacity to do that. So I feel like sometimes she takes that for granted, where, you know, she could have visited Ain't Sank. She could still go visit Ain't Bird. She can, you know, she can see, well, I mean, Tone passed too, but being able to see the people that's still family. I don't have that capacity. So it's almost like when I go and do it, it's like, well, what are you doing? It's like, I want to go da da da. I was like, yo, I don't want to just go to Myers. That's not all I want to do. Like,
it's
I don't
based
want
on like I said, it's some real ownership in there that our parents have. Because like when I tell my mom I'm coming home, I'm not necessarily coming home to see her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm coming home to take care of business, and then like it's crazy to me how I can fly or I can drive 1,200 miles and still got to go and see people at their house. That's wild to me. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody invite me out to go bowling. Ain't nobody. Yeah.
No, it's not, bro. It's not happening. And it's the sense of entitlement, like it's. And I want to say it's just my mom, but I just feel like the comfort zone of people come. I'm like, yo, I can't see everybody when I go home. Like I try to see. Like I had to try to find balance. I was like, well, Lynn's already over at St. House, so you know, like that made it a little bit easier. Yeah, so I get to see her. And hell, I like last time, that one time, like Uncle Mark, Aunt Paulette had drove back. She had drove with me. So you know, we was all just over at Aunt St. House, you know. So, but that was like you said, I was able to see everybody at once, but I don't have the capacity to see everybody. I'm tired for one. I just drove 16 hours. And two, you know, I got to see my mom. I can't be nigga, like not the last time, but the one time when I came home when you had got the trucks and we was clearing all the stuff out of the house. I was like, bro, like I was fucking tired. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, when it comes back and says, you just threw away my stuff and da da da, I was like, no, I was trying to get your house clear for one. And two, figure out like I don't, God forbid, but if she passes, all that shit goes in the trash. Like I'm not like if anything is salvageable, that's fine. But I was like, I'm not gonna sit up here and try to rummage through all of this stuff. I have enough stuff in my house. I have a hard time
all that stuff, and I talk because she like that's crazy. But you know how people like, the family dynamic is different. But yeah,
nigga, I was talking to her the other day, nigga, and I was like, she was like, well, I need to go and get me some coffee. I was like, nigga, you have 6 coffee machines, like you got 6 Keurigs in this. Why? She's like, well, I don't like coffee from the house. I was like, why in the fuck do you have these coffee?
All this coffee, if you don't like, yeah, that's wild.
Oh, I got them for y'all. Like, no, you don't. I already have a Keurig. I'm good. I don't need. I've been using the same Keurig for like 2-3 years. I'm fine. Like Tammy has one, Tina has one, Tone has one. Like we don't need one. We're all right. Like get that shit away and sell it. Like, come on, man. Like, don't ever say that you're doing these things for us. It's like, I put like this: when I get older, and I'm hoping whenever I get older, I'm looking at it. I was like, I don't want to be buying shit. I want to have everything in place, and I don't want to, like, I was talking to Larry the other day, Larry Carter, and you know, and I was trying to see what he was doing for Memorial Day weekend. I was like, hey, I was like, if you want to grill or I can grill, blah blah blah. I told you he's down here. He's like, oh, I'm traveling. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, man, every time I call you, you traveling. He's like, nigga, I'm retired. I was like, I mean, that makes sense. like shit, if that, like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I get to see him. You know what I'm saying? I get to see his wife Barbara or my cousin Barbara. But it's just one of them things. It's like, no, I want to get to that age where it's like every time somebody hit me up, like, man, cause he hit me, it's like, yeah, I'm headed to Jamaica. It's like, I hit him up this week. It's like, oh man, I'm headed to Phoenix, and I'm like, okay, cool, all right, keep it moving. You know, I want to get to that point within that. And like I said, there's no dissension between that dynamic. Like I feel like sometimes the older folks, in a sense, I said some can get like, damn, nigga, you always going to Phoenix, or damn, you always da da da. Whereas I'm like, oh shit, take your ass to Phoenix or Jamaica or wherever you got to go and be able to enjoy yourself. Like, I just want you enjoying yourself, you know. But I'll say down deep, I don't think my mom like has any like dissension or reasons or that she gets upset that, you know, we're doing things, but at the same time, she wants to be a part of some of the things that we're doing, you know. So I try to, you know, include her in things that I can, but you know, I'm still of the, we not just go sit around and watch NCIS in Hawaii. Like you're gonna do an excursion. You're not gonna sit there in a hotel room all day just to say, hey, I went to Hawaii. You know, so it's little things like that I always try to think about or consider before, you know, because we went to Vegas, and I kind of got that vibes. Like after she ran out of money, she was it was just,
well, like you said, being outside cost. She was like, I'm gonna be in it. But she could have went to the pool and enjoyed the pool down there.
Nigga, her that trip is it turned my eyes. It made me think about things a lot differently, as far as like, that was my first time ever traveling with my mom outside of, you know, going to Texas, going to Mississippi's, and, you know, going to Atlanta, you know, it like the drives. Like that was the first time we've ever we did a trip for, like, I had a work trip and she went on that trip. But outside of that, that was the first time we went somewhere for pleasure. And I'm like, damn, like, do you like to have fun? You know,
you got to define fun for people, right? Like
it ain't sitting in the hotel room and us, like, we all put money together. We gave her $1,000, pay for her flight, pay for everything. She even said, I ain't going if y'all don't give me no scooter. So we got a goddamn scooter, and to be able to ride around Las Vegas. And she lost the money that we gave her within hours. Like the same Thursday that we got there. And I was like, hey, look, you on your own after that. Like, we gave you $1,000. Like, it ain't I'm not giving you no more money. Like, I get like, I was like, you will figure this one out. I was like, I didn't give you, like, we all put in like maybe 100 each or something like that. And I was like, after that, like, I'm out. And granted, you know, you got to take care of yourself. I'm not going to go broke trying to help somebody else have fun. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I took, like, you know, whether you talking about the whole idea of expensive dates and stuff, I'm not doing that. Like, I'll do something for your birthday, and I'll do something for special, like, you just gotta I don't know, you just got your real estate license. You know, it's stuff like that like you just sold your first home and stuff like you, the great moments. Like, I'm not just go bust down this kind of bread. And I'm saying that from the standpoint of, we gave you money from a mom's perspective. So at that point in time,
you gave her money to gamble, and you know your mom is a gambler. Her and Uncle Mark, I did not know they gambled like that. Like,
but no, it's like, I don't know if you ever saw the 50 Cent story. He was talking about his grandfather. He was saying how his grandfather would give his check to his grandmother to pay the bills. And he said he couldn't understand why he did it. He's like, well, me giving you this money or giving you that check would cause her to not spend or not think outside of the money that she's afforded. So, hey, look, here's, I don't know how much niggas are making in the 80s, but just say here's $400. Pay the rent or pay the mortgage or whatever you got to pay, and then that's what we have to work with so if he's keeping the check, it's like, it gives the opportunity to say, well, let's do this, It's like, no, you have the money now. Like, he was pretty much saying that he said that me giving her the check was keeping her perspective on what we could be afforded throughout life. And I was like, that's a unique way to take it, because if she has all the money, then now it's either not she's going to fuck it over, but she's going to live within her means of the things she asked for or the things that she expects.
I mean, that's how that's how the story. That's how I had to teach my kids how much money is worth, right? Because I used to take them school shopping and be like, yo, they was like, can I get this? Can I get that? Can I get this? Right? And I was like, okay, y'all spending a little bit of change. Like, y'all don't even know. So then I was like, you know what? Y'all got $400. Each of y'all got $400. That's it. Now it got a lot more strategic. It was like, but if I get this, then I can't get no shoes, and I can't do. And I'm like, yo, that's how life works. You know what I'm saying? So I like now they make a decision. They're like, hey, Dad, no, that's it. That's the budget. Like y'all got your money. Like, and I understand why the federal government give Medicaid to the states, because hey, manage y'all costs yourself. This is how much we got to give y'all. Make it work.
Hey, look,
I'm a firm believer in that.
Look, I learned from the Cosby Show when Theo I was like that is like that showed how the economy or how we should think, right? When Bill took him and had him looking for an apartment, had him looking for a job, had him supporting the girlfriend. It was such a dope way to explain this is how money works. And I remember at the end of it, he's like, Theo was like, well, I think he said, I'll just eat cereal or something like that. He took some money back. And then Bill was like, do you plan on having a girlfriend? He's like, yeah. He took all the money. that was the end of it, So, but we don't understand, like, when we had to get, I hate this, and I will never preach this to any, like, to that level, but if I wanted school clothes and stuff like that, I had to go and pick blueberries. I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, yeah, I used to pick blueberries. It's like,
man,
like
$2.50 for that big old bucket. Man, and I'm gonna rewind this. Like that, if anything is rigged, that's what's rigged. You be like, man, I've been on this bush, because you got to clear a whole bush before you can move something. And like these, like it seemed like they've been picked over already.
But that's how they made us do it. That's how, like, we literally, like, you better clear that bush. It's like we had to do that shit. Like, that was just kind of taught to us, like, almost. I mean, it's a good. I think
lesson. That was etiquette. Like Like, you don't move bush to bush, so somebody come. Yeah, you clean the bush.
No, we didn't have to do that shit. We could literally picked all of the big blueberries and kept going down the bushes and fucking up for other people that came after us, but we didn't. Them niggas went, like, the people that was actually that owned the blueberry field. I'm pretty sure they went, like, man, they went over there and picked on row 39, and then like they didn't care. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I did learn about that, like you say, $2.50 a bucket, right? Yep. I remember seeing, like, you'll see, like, that's how much you got paid, but then if you try to buy them, it was like $4 and some change. You know what I'm saying? To buy the bucket. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, so it showed, like, okay, you are a service, but this is how we operate as a business. You know what I'm saying? Like, on the lower end, even if it's like $2 a bucket, if you got enough people, you can make a nice little amount of money just from people just as a service.
Now I got a question about that, because it's times have changed, right? When we did it, like
you said, nigga, we picking blueberries now professionally.
Wait. Now it's child labor, so you can't get out there. So now kids under 14 can't pick.
Oh, really? Oh, damn. Yeah. No. I'm talking about us professionally in corporate world. Like, I mean, you talked about, you making a company millions and you over here making, 6 figures, but yet they made 5 or 6 million off of your idea.
A quarter off of the transactions that I did, right?
Yeah.
So, but like, no, it's changed. So they shut the door on the kids. So like, and this is what kind of frustrates me
at 5, nigga. That's crazy that 14 is a cutoff and shit. But yeah, nigga, like 14. As soon as I was old enough, like, I used to hate had to tie the thing around my waist, and I was picking like motherfucking Harriet Tubman in this bitch. Like that shit was terrible.
And I'm telling you that 250 probably took about at least 45 to an hour to get that bucket full. And then like they'd be like, it ain't all the way full. You'd be like,
and they better be clean too. Like you better have no green ones in this. I'm like, God damn. Like nigga.
So like, do you think like if they like back in the day, like we didn't have all this organized stuff. It was like we used to go and play basketball. Like you said, we used to pick blueberries, deliver newspapers, and all that stuff. All this stuff don't exist anymore. Do you think that's better or worse for these kids that's out here?
I think I would say it's a mixed bag. And the only reason I say that as in they have more opportunities to figure out how to get money. But I feel like, I want to say there's less, but I feel like there's less people taking advantage of it. And I say that as in like, say for instance with us, like we automatically, like we were trying to figure out how to, it was ingrained in us. I don't know why, but it was ingrained. Well, I know why, because if we didn't do it, we didn't have shit. No, because if we didn't have the entitlement or anything like that to say, well, I'm not gonna work. Like if we didn't work, if we didn't have like some way of getting money or like you said, papers, selling candy, doing all of the things, then we'd have had to do shit at home for free. like we'd had to do our own yard. We had to do our yard, but we like having a paper out, okay, now you out making your own money, We didn't have like, if we like we've always had jobs. We always had some way of making money.
I mean, like we used to shovel snow. Like we used to go knocking door to door, shovel snow. Like it was opportunity.
Breaking leaves. Literally, we just had to figure out how to get money. But what I'm saying is like if we had, I don't know, because like I said, it's a mixed bag, because I feel like if I had the opportunities now or that they have now back then, because it's evolution, right? I have my work ethic because of the things I had to do. So I'll never say that I would have the same work ethic if I had. It's like saying, well, if LeBron plays, 20 years ago.
Yeah. What if he played golf instead of?
Yeah, I don't even say 20 years ago. No, I'm saying like from the standpoint, if you throw LeBron in the NBA at 30 years ago, because nigga done played for 23. If you throw LeBron in the NBA 30 years ago, what would he have done? It's like if you throw LeBron now or evolution wise into then, he would dominate. But it's like, well, if LeBron was, I don't know, 10 years younger or 10 years older than him coming to the NBA in the 90s, would he be the same type of player? Because the players, the sizes back then, if you're 6'8", 250, 260 pounds, you had to be on the post. Yeah, you had to be on the post. So you had it like, so it's like that's why I'm not really a fan of comparing the eras. But what I'm saying is, like, from a family perspective, if we still had the same mentality if I had the same mentality now back then, or if I had the things that was available to me back then, and my mentality was the same back then, I would flourish a lot more. But it's like, how do you?
Because you could go global, like because you could.
Yeah, I could do way more, right now, bro. We could have damn near like saying the 90, like dog. If we had the capacity, say for instance, internet, right? We always a part of it. Like we saw what Google, like what Google started. We saw the beginning. We was a part of it. But if we had, if we had the wherewithal now of what we could have done back then. And that's where it comes to mentors and stuff like that. But then again, I mean, we didn't have nobody that was saying, start a website, start a business or anything like we don't outside of I started my own with DJing. You started your own business. Like we did those things on our own. There was no pushing from family, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know if it's on your side, but there was no it was actually I caught not backlash, but I caught resentment for when I was go start DJing. Like it was like, why are you buying this equipment? Da, da, da. Like what? It's like I got all of the smoke. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start making money until maybe like my third, fourth year of actually DJing. You know, but it was always kind of the pushback rather than the go for it, do it. You know, because if I had the wherewithal to say, you know what, maybe I should start a website, you know, would it have been pushed back? I don't know, because from a family perspective, we were more so the things that are in front of us. It's like, well, if I had said, hey, let me start me a blueberry farm, you know, like everybody would have been up for it. But, you know, I was like, hey, let me start a DJing business. Like, that's just music.
I think that's what come with vision. Like you said, like the hustles that like we've seen other people shovel. We've seen other people seen other people cut hair. You see other, so like those are all things that we've seen. Like I just think of all the stuff that they see online. Like my grandson watched these videos, and I'm like, yo, I could do these videos if they making money off these videos. These stupid, hey, I'm over here. Hi, how do you like? You like what in the food?
And they are banking.
Yeah.
Look, they are. It's just so they are making so much money. And like I said, I'm not envious of the money. I just know that the things that they're doing, and that's why I mean I talked to the twins, Tone Kids or whatever, and you know I'm like, one of them said he wants to be a he's not an influencer, what do you call it, like, you know, Twitch and all that stuff. I was like,
oh, what up game?
I was like pull up your phone. I mean, pull up your iPad, do it. Let's record I've recorded podcasts with them, you know what I'm saying, just to have fun with them. Like, hey, look, this is what y'all can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll never tell them what they can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, now if they ask for,
I mean, we never had supporters like that. And that's the crazy part about it.
Yep.
And I think with the supporters that like, especially that we are, because like, yeah, I think with the supporters that we are, we would have went a lot farther. Like what Trump said, he started his company with that measly $1 million loan, like
yeah,
in the 70s, $1 million. God dang! Like if we had somebody to support us with $100, I think we could have went a lot farther. Because I think we end up basically starting off negative and working our way out the hole.
Still, you know, like and that's it's just unique that I love to see. You know, this is where, you know, I was in this conversation the other day, which I found to be weird, and it was a conversation about parenting, and it was saying that if you, it's almost like I'll just give a synopsis. It was saying that if you teach kids a certain way, then they'll automatically I want to say they success would almost be automated, right? And then I was saying, like, you can't do that for everyone. Like we have people, we was all kind of raised we was raised in the same space, but you know, certain people choose to go this direction, certain people choose to go to this direction. Now, having that positive reinforcement, in my opinion, could have, you know, it could have elevated you, it could have elevated me, but it may not have elevated, I don't want to say names, but it might not have elevated this person, it might not have elevated this person, but at least you know that from the perspective that certain people were elevated. But my problem with the conversation was that there's a certain way of parenting. And I was like, no, it's not. Like, you are literally, like I said, I don't have kids, but at the same time, I understand that, you know, from having guardianship of my nephew and stuff like that, that everyone is not the same. Everyone's not the same bag. You can teach certain things like, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. This is what you can do. What do you want to do? Now, when you choose, because it's the whole fork in the road thing, right? You can either choose to go this way, you choose to go this way, or go straight. It just depends on the type of person or the person on which direction they're going to go. And you can't control that. That's a personality. Like, we're all different. We're not all built like robots to be able to do things like, well, if I teach you coding, then you're going to code and make a lot of money. That's not how it works. Like, I could teach you code. I can teach you how to do this, but it's like, it's how you leverage it and do it. And to your initial point, or to what we were talking about before, is like, if we had that, and like I said, it's not like, woe is me. But I had to learn how to get it. And if we were taught some things a little earlier, then the path would have been easier. But and this is one thing I want to get to. Like, one thing that bothers me the most is that, where was I going with this? It was literally the idea that, no one's going to drive you. No one's going to. You should be your own driver within what you're trying to do within life, right? It's just the direction that you're being pushed. And for us, I would say directly, there was no, like I said, we've had father figures, we had people in our lives, but there was no, hey, go and get your degree. Hey, go and start your business. Hey, you should do it like this, blah, blah, blah. Like, we don't have like clear examples, but this is where I gravitated towards the Bill Cosby's. And I don't know, that Cosby Show was literally like one of the main things that was
one of my life starters. Like, it's one of them where you've seen success. And like, I did have people saying go to college to get a degree, but nobody was investing in that. And that's the piece that I'm saying. Like, everybody's like, and even now, a lot of people take credit for helping me be whatever, to get done whatever I got done. But there was not a lot of investment in me. You know what I'm saying? And the difference is,
I don't like that credit. Don't take credit for, I had to be in, it's like niggas talk about out the mud. Like, nigga, we had to get it out the mud. Like, and granted,
character.
Nah, fuck all that. Like you already have the character, Brian. Like, Brian, you personally are a unique individual that I've seen from, I want to say start to finish, but from the beginning, that you were driven. You were like, you didn't have, like, you just, like, if you say, if someone came to say, Brian, this is how you can get to the NBA, and I will work with you from, I don't know, 4th grade, 6th grade and up to be able to get you to the NBA. All you got to do is all you got to do is this. You would have done it. That's what I'm saying. Like those are the types of, like, people have those type of people in their lives now, where you got people that's damn near, like, we got 3rd grade rankings of NBA players, you know what I'm saying, or of the top basketball players now. If you had gave us the opportunity to, like, we try to get into all the basketball camps. We try to do whatever it took. Hell, I remember running across country just so I can have the opportunity to get up, so I can have endurance to be on the basketball team. Like, it's like whatever you told us to do, we would do it, but we just didn't have that behind us. Like, if you say, hey, Sean, if you can work out for 6 hours a day to be able to get to the level of being an NBA player, I would have worked out for 6 hours a day in 7th grade, in 6th grade, in 5th grade. Give us a facility, nigga. We could barely find places to hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like we would, like, rims are being taken down and put back up in Craig, like, on a regular basis. They didn't want us hooping. They didn't want us hooping in the summer. Rims are being taken down in the summer. I'm like, bro, like, this is the best time for us to hoop. This time we got.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we literally had it against us to not I want to just say strictly hooping, but just from how we were being driven. And we had to just kind of, like I said, with you are a unique individual that if you knew you were pushing to get to the next level one way or the other, hella early. Like from selling candy in 5th grade, 6th grade, and shit like that. Like you knew the hustle. Like, well, shit, if I don't sell candy, nigga, I ain't gonna have no money. Like,
Well, a
how do
job
we
is only
get?
gonna get me so far. If I want this,
How do we get to the bag? You
if
know
I
what
want
I'm
this
saying?
Cherokee, I gotta do something different.
Yeah. So if you put that, if that energy was dripping, like we didn't have that, and like I said, I'm not a woe is me type of nigga. I figured it out, and I'm still figuring it out life. But it's just like it's certain people that have that, and there's certain people that don't. You know what I'm saying? So it'd have been nice to have someone pushing you that like it was just giving you the nudge to say, hey, let come over here with me. Let's figure this out. Or I mean, because nigga, we was going to engineering camps and stuff like that. Like we were trying to do like whatever we could sign up for, we were doing. You know what I'm saying? So
and what I knew about, you knew about.
Yeah, so it's like what was afforded to us, we took full advantage of, but there's so much more that they're afforded to now that, and this goes to the original point, that we would kill it back then if we had those things like available to us to say, well, no, if you told me, like, it wasn't even in my head that, from a URL perspective, nigga, you could create a URL on your own. Like shit, nigga. One thing I give, and I know we gotta get ready and go, but one of the things that I thought was so dope was like with Black Planet, right? So Black Planet, MySpace and stuff like that. That shit had us coding. We were coding.
Yeah. He was customizing your own page.
Yeah. I was like, how do you? I don't even understand how niggas don't know HTML. Like you ain't gotta know it like remember it or anything like that. But I remember writing a href links and putting all that data within a platform to be able to show my freaking photos or whatever from from college and stuff like that or whatever. But that was a time, man. Like I don't know that. I don't know, man. I don't want to go too off topic, but I know that like being pushed and being driven, and some those two, that's two different things. Like certain people feel like, oh God, why I got to do this, and other people are like, what's the next thing? Tell me what to do. Da da da. That's how you get to the next level, And a lot of people don't. That's why I say with parenting, you just don't know what's the right way or the wrong way.
The biggest thing in this new system is they got access to knowledge that we didn't. They got access to information that we never had access to, and I think with us exploring and wanting to do and pushing ourselves, if we found some of this information, we would be a whole lot. I ain't gonna say I'm pretty sure that we would be it if it was hustling or not. I think we would have executed. So. In my last words, I'll go ahead and start it off. I would say, in life, whatever you want, invest in it. Invest time, invest your money, and make it happen. Because you can't get nowhere in life without a liability turning into an asset.
I love that. No, that's dope. I would say that push your people or try to help people understand what they want to do in life and try to move them forward. And if they find something that they gravitate to, enhance that. If it's something that they don't fuck with, like, I don't know. It's just weird when it's like, well, no, I want you to move forward and I want to drive whatever you're trying to do in life, but just don't make sure that you're not pushing and you're trying to help them attain the things that they're trying to get. Look at the next person who's up, or even, even if it's something that you want to do yourself, don't wait. We losing time, bro. Like Deion Cole said, we on the other side. We got less summers to live. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're young or old, you just got to figure out things that make sense now. Don't listen to people unless they make sense for what you're trying to do, because people will talk against. I've been DJing for 28 plus years. Like, people told me I shouldn't be DJing. Da da da. Now I make money on it. It's my discretionary income along with my salary. You know what I'm saying? Like, understand that when you can start a business, or if you can start something that you really enjoy and then keep that going and keep it move. I mean, keep it. You're going to get there. Invest in yourself. Some people are like, oh, well, I can make money. Da, da, da. I was like, no, fuck that. Like, do something that you enjoy that you can eventually make money off of, if that makes sense. And if you don't make money off of it, it's something that you enjoy, so it don't really matter. It's a habit. You know what I'm saying? Hell, if I could get paid for building Lego sets, I would love that. But you know what I'm saying? I don't, but I still enjoy doing it. And I'm not doing it for the reason. I'm doing it from the original topic of the therapeutic side of it, but just do the things because you want to do them. So
all right. And just like that, like, share, and subscribe. Let me know. Let us know if there's anything. Like, I like the little heat that I ain't gonna say I like the heat, but I enjoyed the conversation I had because of my idea of mental health. But just if you got an issue, let it be. We'll
look, fuck them, man. Like, listen, you have your own truth. You have your own life to live. If they don't fuck with it, then that's cool. If they do, that's cool too. Explain it to them. Like, hey, look, what you eat don't make me shit. Like we ain't gotta, like, if you, we're not going to debate how I feel about something. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's my feelings, right? Like, we can have a conversation about it, but we're not going to debate it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, well, it's like your feelings. Like, yeah, I'm never going to debate somebody's emotions. I tell people all the time, like, I don't ever really apologize for what I did. I apologize for the way that it made you feel. And that's very important. It's like, well, no, I didn't do it intentionally to make you feel a certain way, but I did it based off of my thoughts at the time. Now, if that was wrong, that's fine. I apologize for, and that doesn't mean I'm gonna keep doing it the same way, but I'm just saying I'm sorry that it made you feel a certain kind of way versus like me reacting in that moment, because I really meant it in that moment of however I responded. So
yeah, and I might do it the same way. So we might just need to not be in the same spaces.
That part too. So make sure to like, subscribe, leave a message, and we'll talk to you all soon. Peace.
All right, man. You better get to that meeting. Let me get out of here. Sir. Go call this lady and see what.
We still got more topics. If you want, we can do it tomorrow or Sunday, because I know we got through we barely got through all of them. So
yeah, we didn't get to the NBA rigged and the other one, but yeah, just let me know.
Cool. For sure. I should be available after. I can either do it before my workout tomorrow morning, or I don't know where you at, but I got a workout class at 9, so I could either do it in the morning or I could do it after the class.
Hey man, I'll be hooping Saturday morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so after a work for me.
Okay, what time you be hooping?
From basically 8 to 11:30, 12.
Oh damn, shit! 8 in the morning?
Yeah.
Woo, that's good.
I would like you. We like today. I was gonna go hoop, and that's why I was up at 5 o'clock, because we've been hooping at this LA Fitness. I hate that I got to drive so far to LA Fitness, but LA Fitness from 5 to 7:30, almost 8 o'clock.